Yo! It has been a minute. First off, oh wait.
Let's just adjust this. Something seems... Oh, there's a smudge. There we go. Hello. Yes, you're correct. I've changed my hair. And yes, this is an update video. This one? There we go. Okay. Right. The keen-eyed audience members would have realised I look a little different. I put my very limited Blender knowledge to use and stitched together this character, rigged him up and animated him. I'm getting distracted. For why you're here, yes, look lads, I messed up. This is my game. It's an untitled Metroidvania that I started working on in November last year. When I started on it, the only thing I really knew about programming was my B grade from computer science. Almost everything I've learned about how to make games is from this single project. There's this thing in video games called scope. The more talent you have, and the more people on your team, the higher in scope and the bigger a game you can create. My game had way too large of a scope for my abilities. On this scope scale, which I've just created by the way, so take it with a grain of salt, my game is around, I would say, 22. And me? I'm but one person, and my talents... Well, look, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. So I would say I'm around here. And, no, this is done. Forget the chart. I stopped working on this game probably around 2 months ago. You're probably thinking that I stopped working on the game because my old code was so bad that it just became an impossible mess. While this is true, it's not because of that. It's because of content. I just realised this was way too big of a project to take on by myself. It's not that I couldn't finish the game, it's just it would take like 25 years at the pace I was going. And trust me, I tried to keep a way to compact the game. Just as I kept working on it, it just kept getting larger. I planned for this extensive map, different regions from forests to caves to secret underground bases. The player had many abilities. Each that was going to be locks behind different bosses. Not only that, I planned for many unique enemies and NPCs that you could interact with. Lots that would have different dialogue depending on how you acted around them, or things you did in the world. What on earth was I thinking? I'd created pretty much the core systems for most of the game. The thing that stumped me was creating every level, enemy, boss, collectible, etc. I think that's what stumps a lot of devs. At the beginning, you're making lightning fast progress because you're creating system after system. And once you've done all that, it just slows down. Who knows though, in the future, I may return to the game with a fresh perspective. But for now, I'm using this failure as a stepping stone, a learning experience for my next project. So, after a couple months of burnout, I started on something new. And obviously, I didn't actually learn from anything because I decided to jump straight into the deep end. So now I'm going to be creating a 3D game, which I've never done before. I do somewhat know how to use Blender though, so I know how to move in 3D space and do basic modelling and texturing. I don't want to say too much about the game, as I'll talk about it in the future, but here's a quick summary of what I want the game to become. Okay, it will be a murder mystery game, where you play as a detective who's had some convenient memory loss, or if you want to get fancy, amnesia. And you as the player will jump back and forth between the present and his memory of a house he has been to in his past, and in the process solve a bunch of murders. Now this sounds like a big game, but trust, I'm going to try my hardest to make everything as small and contained as possible. I'm planning everything. And I'm aiming the game to have around a 2 to 3 hour playtime max. I've already spent about a month on it, and I've just been creating all the systems and planning everything out. Honestly, I feel like this game's going to be more planning and writing than anything else. Anyway, this was just a quick update, I guess. I'll talk more about the game in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.